Agree.
Now,
Hello, ladies.
What's going on? What's going on?
How's everybody today?
I'm well.
After I get this down.
What are you drinking, Kim? What are you drinking now, Kim?
So first of all, let me be clear. This is not my normal drink, but I was in a mood, and I'm drinking Easy Jesus.
Easy Jesus. Okay.
E&J?
E&J, Irk and Jerk.
Oh, you're savage.
We are on the right channel for that.
Baby, a $10 bottle is a $10 bottle, and I can handle E&J,
right.
so, you know.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Shauna, what do you have? Water?
I'm just drinking water today.
Really?
So surprised.
It's making me look bad. Thanks.
I'm sorry. I'll hide it.
I was holding out for you for the drink.
You were holding out for me?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say, I'm drinking too, boo. And you said,
So what happened was I ended up squeezing in a shower right before we came on, and I literally ran out to my car. So I didn't even get to make a drink. So I'm here with you guys. What I do have on hand is I can smoke. So I'll probably do that.
Okay. Honest. Queen, do you have something to drink?
I am sipping on my H2O flask here of the alkaline variation. Yes.
Okay, then. All right. Just wondering. So if there was a drink that everybody wanted right now, what would you want to drink? Queen, what would you want to be drinking?
I could probably do with some Jose right now, with a splash of lime.
Okay. Kim?
Bourbon on the rocks. I'd probably be drinking I'd probably be drinking a Knob Creek. My only other, I do drink Moscato wine though on occasion. I do drink
Moscato.
I do drink it occasionally. But bourbon is definitely my go-to all day long, every day, as much as I can.
Shauna, what would you be drinking?
Tequila. I drink tequila. All types of tequila. Just tequila.
All types?
So I like Patron and Casamigos along those lines for the majority. But if I go to a bar and they for some reason don't have either one of those as options, I'll go to some Don Julio. I'm not a super tequila snob. I'm just a snob about tequila.
I'm serious.
It's got to be tequila. Don't care what kind of.
Do you like shots or like the drink?
Shots. I take shots.
Shots.
I drank tequila most of my life, until about 4 years ago. I started bourbon.
Okay. What did tequila used to do to you, Kim? Did it relax you?
Big, huge, hairy balls. Huge.
Literally or figuratively. Wait a minute.
Nasty. Just, I'm ready to go when I'm drinking tequila. I mean, I don't care what it is. Whatever's going on, I'm down for it. And out of anger, frustration, or love, something is going down. You know what I'm saying? So,
Shauna, do you get balls when you drink your tequila?
I mean, I'd like to say I have them anyway when I'm walking around in daily life. Like, I'm a very nice, happy-go-lucky person, whether I'm drinking or not. But if I'm put in a situation where I need to be something other than that, I don't need a drink to put me there. I just need the situation to happen.
Okay.
But I'm still super happy and outgoing. And when I'm drinking, that's how you'll catch me out. I make plenty of friends. But yeah, I'll say whatever I need.
I think I get Henny balls. Tequila is just for cooling, relaxing. Now Casamigos, I don't fool with it. I have no sense on the casa, but the rest of it, like, tequila is really mellow. Patron is smooth. I like the smooth drink. It doesn't hurt going down. It doesn't hurt coming out. Um, Hennessy is where the nuts come in. Big nuts. Timberland boots. You might as well just put Tim's on my nuts and
Okay, just
yeah.
Yeah.
I might be King Sanaa on the Henny.
See, no, Henny doesn't do that to me. Henny makes me want some nuts, but it doesn't make me go nuts. I can't. It's the Henny way for me all day. So.
I don't need shit to make me want nuts.
Well, I'm not
What's up,
saying that.
Blazer?
I'm just saying that you pull out some Henny, it's better than anything else.
Anything goes at that
Anything
point.
goes.
Yes.
And the person I'm with usually knows that's what it is. She got Henny. She's good. She's in a good mood. All right.
Life is good.
Life is good the Henny way.
What's up, Blazer?
Blazer said yes. So apparently he likes Henny.
No, he likes the after effects of honey.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Sounds legit. That resonates.
hey, ladies.
Hey, Blazer.
So we're talking about what women want. We just talked about your drink of choice. So if you were to watch a TV show right now, what kind of TV show would you watch? Queen, you go first.
Oh God. Well, what popped in mind first, I'll just go with that, was Raising Dion. I want them to make some more episodes of Raising Dion. That was a great show. Little black boy, he's a superhero. I mean, representation matters. I loved it. So that's where I am with it.
Because you like sci-fi?
Yeah, it actually is. I guess it's nerdy to a degree, but it's interesting nerdy. And Michael B. Jordan was in it. So, a little bit of eye candy. And my kids loved it. So I loved it.
Oh, so you like eye candy and a little bit of superhero.
No, everything is covered in there.
Kim, what would you watch?
Well, y'all know I don't watch TV, but my Netflix, I have several.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if I wanted to watch, I'd probably be in the mood for Sense8 because I've been talking about it.
Okay.
One of my fucking favorite shows. Like, it's not even the show, it's the relationships on the show. Like, all of them are just so fucking dope in their own way, friends included, right? And it's a dope, and there's only 2 seasons, but it's just, I don't know, and it ends feel good. Like, it feels good when it ends, you know what I mean? So I definitely watch that one right now.
Shauna, your turn was coming.
I did know my turn was coming. I did know it was coming to me. So first of all, Raising Dion. Watched the first season with my son. Great show. We started the second one, but we got to get through that. If I were to watch a show, though, I also don't watch a lot of TV. It takes me a long time to get through, but on an adult level, without my children watching, I'm trying to get through Good Girls on Netflix.
Okay.
Like those 3 moms that become like money launderers.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that was a good one.
I heard really good things about it, so I have started that one. So that's what I have to get through. That's what I would go watch.
So why do you like shows like that though, Shauna? You want to do money laundering or what's the deal?
If I did, why are you calling me out on the public podcast? You just message me on the side if you want some. How are you just gonna trying to get me arrested?
This is
investigated.
This is savage entertainment. Everything goes.
Everything goes. Yeah, right. That's fair. That's fair. But no, I don't want to launder money.
Nancy Botwin times 3. You know what I mean? Like 3 Nancy Botwins now, and one just happens to be a mom with a little short husband, and one happens to be that chick. What was her name? The one with the daughter with the bowl cut in that show. Like, have you watched any of it?
So yes, and I know who you're talking about.
Me too.
But I'm like this in real life and with movies and TV shows when you're like, what's their name?
Yeah.
I'm one of the people that forgets the minute you say it.
Yeah, she's the hot mess mom.
Yes.
That ended up having the affair with her kid's father. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. What's her name?
I don't even remember. She was doing the most though.
Yes.
She drove that little red car.
Yeah. Like, I'm like y'all, I don't watch a lot of TV, but it stands out when you see a show like that, like what is happening.
Okay, so if you had to go to a religious sanctuary, what type of religious sanctuary would you go to, and why?
I don't want to go first.
Okay, Kim, go.
I'm anti-religion like a mug. If I had to choose some type of establishment that had to do with anything that was remotely related to religion, I'm sure a lot of people, include this as religion. But I would say I'd probably go to a Buddhist temple.
Okay, why?
Because I absolutely do not agree with any platform that oppresses. And I think religions have become that, regardless of what they were intended to be, and regardless of what they say they're doing. I still think they're oppressive, and I refuse to go under any circumstances back into a religious establishment of any sort, to be honest with you.
Okay, Shauna.
So I'm kind of in agreement with Kim on this one. I don't really want to visit any type of religious anything, but there is a Buddhist temple that's not too far from me that was built like it was a while ago, I guess, but the general public can go in and visit, and I have always wanted to go, and like just for the experience and seeing it and everything. I visited other types of churches just to experience it when I was younger, because I wasn't raised very religious. So yeah, I'd go with the Buddhist temple just because I already kind of have that on the bucket list to go check it out anyway. That's where I'm gonna go.
So sidebar, you see, Blazer thinks that Kim would choose the bar, and Silky agreed. He said it's extremely
Hell
religious.
yeah, and I agree with both of them, but I had to answer the question.
Well, like y'all gave me a thought, because of course I came up with the big three in my head, right? But I was raised Muslim, and I went to church with my grandmother as a Muslim child, which was an interesting experience, let me tell you. But having been to a synagogue, I would say a Buddhist temple too. And my reason is because I don't have to talk to anybody. Like, look, let me just keep it a bit. You walk into church, you already feel sister so-and-so looking you up and down because you forgot your shaper, or because you might have got a run in your stockings on the way in the door. But you're supposed to be focused on Jesus, Sister Mary. Come on.
Exactly.
Then in the mash they divide you. So the men are here, the women are here in the back. And like, why am I in the back? And we've already gone through that with Rosa Parks in the back of the bus. And I just, that's a bit much. So Buddhist temple, meditation, keeping it, namaste and all that. That's the preference.
See, I would go to a Catholic church, because no matter how many sins, you apparently can just walk up to a box, tell them about it, say some Hail Marys, and keep it moving. In the Black church or Episcopal church I was raised in, my daddy's a preacher, so I had to stand in front of the church and tell them what I did wrong. Or you would have a testimony and they would ask you about, so how'd you get in that predicament? And I was like, why is this a conversation instead of just me saying what I need to say? So yeah, I would just go to a Catholic church, because you could just walk up to the box.
Yeah. Sorry you experienced that, because I would hide every Sunday.
That's fucking tragic, honestly.
Yeah.
But I grew up Catholic. I was raised Catholic. So, of course, I have a different, insight.
Don't feel bad for me, Blaze. It's okay. It's all right.
But yeah, no, I'm trying to think the last time I went to a Catholic church. I think it was for my dad's dad passed away. I actually went to his funeral, which, knowing now, I don't know if I do anything different, but it was in a Catholic church. And I thought it was brilliant because the new pastor of that church was a Haitian. So he was a brother, and he laid my white racist granddaddy to rest. And I just, there was
karma
something in me that was just like,
how ironic.
You know what I mean? I will say that I feel like that part of him, honestly, when I had my children, when I had my first son, it took him a couple of years. I will say that was addressed, and I feel like they rectified it as best as they could. And they, adored my children, but considering the whole first, fucking century plus, you know what I'm saying? Not century, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's his first, I think he was like in his 70s. He was in his 70s when my son was born, maybe, or early 70s. And, to be like that, my grandparents actually told me, sorry, I'm going sidebar, but my grandmother actually said to me that she said a few years ago, me and your grandfather wouldn't have anything to do with your children. I said a few years ago or now, that would have everything to do with your loss and nothing to do with their gain. Or maybe it would, you know what I'm saying? So it was a very spiritual experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like poetic justice.
It does. It really does.
We love to see it.
And they're responsible for your soul. Y'all do know that, right? Like the priest at the end. I don't know if you know much about, but they're responsible for taking, kind of escorting, and they're in charge of the movement of the soul, so to speak. They're the ones who are releasing it from your body so that it can, get to purgatory and hang out for a little while. But they're responsible for that move, right? So.
Yeah, I went to Catholic school, so
yeah,
I know
there's
exactly what you're talking about. I just did not like the nuns. The nuns thought that they should, that ruler thing, I didn't understand.
It was jealousy.
It definitely was. I was not like the other kids, so I was like, I'm getting in trouble for absolutely nothing, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
they wanted to be really bad.
Yeah. Well, the nun that I had, so I went to a Christian school in my early years, and then in junior high I went to a Catholic school for 7th and 8th grade, and my 7th, and there was only 4 teachers, and my nun,
nuns are freaks, like you said.
No, but for real, my nun got charged with sexual harassment or sexual molestation or whatever of a minor or whatever. They had determined that, and we knew this, but we didn't. I mean, we didn't have Catholic schools back then. The Catholic schools, they weren't up. There was nothing upscale about them. We didn't have locker rooms. We had bathrooms, so there would be 10 or 15 girls in a 2-stall bathroom changing our clothes for PE, and she would come in every time, right? And she would do stuff like smack me on my ass on my way up the stairs on regular day when we didn't wear skirts, shit like that. But listen, I come from people molesting me, so I didn't even, you know what I mean? I didn't even think twice about it. And then I don't know, I was grown, so she had to still be. It had to be 10 years. It had to be 10 years. I mean, 10 or 15 years later, it was grown, and she caught a whole charge. Whatever they do, she wasn't. Took her not a nun, fired her from school, and all that. But yeah, she got a whole fucking charge for underage shit.
Escandalo.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony. Escandalo. That's a huge scandal. What?
It's a huge scandal.
It is. We were just talking about that.
Yeah. We were right before. We're gonna probably make that a topic because that went all the way back around, Queen. Right?
People just be going crazy. They don't know what they want. Do they want a child? Do they want an adult? Make up their mind. Get some help. Get some help.
Well, they're so sexually repressed. I mean, just be real. I don't give a shit what you say and what people believe, and everybody can do whatever they want to do, and that's all fine and good. But pressure will bust a pipe. Period. I don't care how much you masturbate; it's not the same. So, we're talking about years of never. You know what I mean? They just, I don't know.
The extra. So, financially, ladies, where would you want to be?
I would want to be able to retire by the age of 49. And I know it's possible. We just talked about the 26-year-old going into retirement, right? Just so that I can make my money do what I want it to do, and so that I can determine what my days are going to look like. And, I want to go on month-long vacations with my family, That would be fun.
But can you actually do a whole month with your family?
When I say family, I'm only talking about the twins, and we're with each other day in and day out anyway. So we just change the scenery, if you will. The rest of the family, maybe not. but they could come visit for a couple of days and then get on.
Hit that like button, everybody that's coming into the. Kim, what about you?
What was the question?
Financially, where would you want to be?
Oh, I have multiple boards up. So this year, my board says $500,000 and marriage. Those are like the two top things. So this year is $500,000. If I could snap my fingers and be where I wanted to be, I would already have created enough generational wealth that everything I do is for the benefit of that and for my seeds moving forward. I'm not getting up to any job, even an entrepreneur situation. I'm getting up to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it, because my wealth is about freedom and liberation. It's not about things, you know? So if I could snap my fingers, I'd already have that.
Okay, Shauna.
I mean, if I had the option, I'd like to be rich, not worry about it money. I can do whatever. Who would want not worry about it money? But on a more realistic level, I just would like real comfortable money. I'd like to make sure that my kids have a house, that I know everything's straight, and I'll be happy. And at this point in time in our current situation with inflation and everything, I don't even know what that number is anymore. You know, at one point that was pretty easy to figure out. If somebody told you they made 6 figures, you're like, you're living comfortably. All right. But now you're like, I know people who make 6 figures and it's not even like they're being crazy, but they don't necessarily they're not living as comfortably as they were. So I would like to be comfortable.
Okay. So what does a day look like of comfortable?
A day. I'd say like comfortable. A house, not worrying about paying my bills, making sure my kids are playing sports and not having to be like, oh man, I'm gonna have to pay a bill late to make sure that the sports are paid for.
Are you driving
something
there?
Out of the ordinary? So comfortable.
Are you driving to the sports?
Driving to the sports, absolutely.
See, I wouldn't see. My comfort would be I'm not even driving. Somebody else would be coming to pick me up, so make sure I'm there on time. Because I'm a late person, or the somebody will jump in front of me, and now I got an attitude when I finally get there, and the kid thinks I'm mad at them, but it's absolutely not. It's the stupid driver that jumped in front of me before I got there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of driving.
Right. No, really, comfortable looks like somebody dusting the house, and if I clean, it's because I just feel like cleaning up right now.
Right.
Comfortable for me, honestly, is I do a lot of it now, to be honest with you. I stopped setting my alarm a long time ago. I'm a businesswoman and I'm making money, but my phone is on Do Not Disturb, although you can't tell because those are my starred people sending me messages. But it would be that I do part of what I do now, which is that I get up without being forced to get up. I get up on my own free will, and that I don't feel obligated or rushed to sit silently with myself. I don't feel obligated or rushed to get in the shower and get out, sooner than later, right? That I have time to live this life instead of rushing through it to get to the time when I can sit down and rest. It's literally just straight fucking peace for me. Whatever I'm doing that I can have continued peace. That's what the fuck that's comfort for me. That's comfort for me.
Silky wants a female chauffeur. And
of course.
Shauna, I think you made a quick snap and he said you thought you saw a bear. You're usually out there in the woods.
Oh, what? The only thing I'm seeing out here right now is bunnies. But they will sometimes catch my attention. No bears. We're not in bear country this time. That was last time. Last time I was in bear country.
You see bunnies at night?
Yeah.
That's when they forage for food.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not out in the country like you guys are.
I didn't know.
This isn't even the country.
I love them.
No. I'm in Massachusetts.
Okay, well,
it's South Coast.
Here.
I would love to have a bunny.
No, ma'am.
You'd
Big
like to have
bunny,
a bunny
black
queen?
Angora bunny that's all soft with the giant ears. It's like a big
Oh,
old bunny teddy bear. Yeah, sure. I don't want to clean up after it, but you know.
right, right. No, all set.
No, no,
What does
no.
comfort look like to you, Queen?
I would say it looks like coming home to meals already prepared and the house already cleaned when I get in from going to sports with the children and spending time with them. Again, only cooking because that's what I like to do or want to do, not because somebody will starve if I don't, you know? Less obligation and more just doing what I'm happy and comfortable doing in the moment, you know?
Okay. Sounds like what men want. Blaze says sounds like what men want. That works.
Sounds like what men. I mean, we all want peace at the end of the day.
I think so. So I like a piece. So let's talk about what we want in a man. What would you like in a man, Shauna?
Oh damn! I was making a
I
face,
know
but I
she was
didn't go
going
No, I
first.
saw the face. That's
first.
why I called your name.
We all got quiet as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was like, "Oh, I'll take this one." No. What do I want in a man? I want connection and honesty in a man. That's
Explain connect.
Can you really explain connection? Like, when you same thing with your friends. You meet some people and like it's not that they're not friendly or they're not kind or that you had any bad like feeling about them, but you guys just don't click as friends or anything. Like you're still friendly. You have acquaintances that like you pass, and then you have friends that you meet in a similar situation and you just happen to hit it off because you click. You have a connection. It doesn't always have to be a lover of any type, but in any type of relationship in your life, right? There's people you click with and there's people that you don't. So the person who I end up with, I would like to be one of the people I do, click with, that I have a connection with.
And you said honesty?
And honesty. Yeah, I think.
So if he said that you can't fuck, that's a good honest thing to say.
He
I
better
feel like
say a
being
different way
cocky
than
like that
that.
ain't gonna be said to me, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Always, I'd rather you tell me that and then we can work on it and fix it than you keep that shit to yourself. Yeah. I know a lot of people don't truly want honesty because I hear my friends are like, I want honesty too. And then they'll be in a situation where they get it and they don't sound like they really liked it at all.
See?
It's a fine line between honesty and tact too, though, because you can be honest and still be tactful. Like you don't have to be an asshole about what you're saying, right? Can I just address this question in the comments real quick?
Yes.
So Silky Savage wants to know if I'm masculine. Well, I mean, do I appear masculine? No, I'm not masculine. I am forward. I'm direct. I was raised in Brownsville, so I maybe have some elements that may seem hard to people who don't understand me. But wanting to relax sometimes when I've had a job from the age of 12 or my youngest children are still in elementary school, I don't think that's masculine. I think that's more so just wanting to carve out some time where I could just chill,
Right.
relax, just be. So yeah, a personal chef is definitely on my goal list, and so is a maid, and hopefully whoever my him is sees that for his life as well, so we could go, to the Cayman Islands somewhere for a couple of weeks.
Okay, so you
Just
keep
saying.
talking about what you want in a man. Keep talking.
I want a man who believes in ownership because ownership is everything, in my opinion. And I think that we definitely should be equally yoked. I want a man who understands the importance of investing wisely, though, not just, throwing some money because it seems like a lucrative business deal. Baby, we could do this. Now we broke. I mean, a lot of my references come from where my parents were. They were big dreamers, but they didn't really talk this out before they decided on a life together. So I'm real cautious about that, committing to someone who's not on the same page that I'm on. I used to say I only wanted a man with one kid or no children, and that's just not realistic in 2022. But the reason is because I can't dictate how that child's mother would act. And I know where I am in my life, I'm a lot more balanced than baby mama drama and stuff. So just like, nah, I'm good. But at this point, um, that's not so much important. I would like a man that's a good father though, if he does have children,
So
like
you want to know what evenly yoked means.
Equally yoked. So if I'm for example, an active individual, I believe that I would probably fare better with an individual who's active as opposed to somebody who's just sitting around doing nothing while I'm on the go. If I'm a person who watches TV nonstop, I don't think I would do well with the person who's not big on watching television. Like, we don't even have anything in common, you know, and I don't watch TV. So that's a challenge. Did you see the show? No, I was actually doing something else. Um, I'm a business owner. I'm an artist. I'm a lot of different things. So a person who can't see beyond going to a 9 to 5 is not going to be able to mesh with me or melt with me because they don't even understand what it's like to think outside of a day in, day out job. And
Okay.
it doesn't mean, oh, I need this 6 figure person. I don't make 6 figures either. So now I'm not looking to be unequally yoked, looking for this super well off person. And I'm not in that place either. I just believe there should be some balance. We should align in more ways than we don't align for us to be successful in a relationship.
All right, I'm gonna ask Kim, but then I need to know. You guys didn't say nothing about your man and his sexual preference. I mean, when I think of it all, I'm thinking of it all. I mean, his toes got to be right, that type of thing. You know, like if he puts his foot next to mine, I can't be like, oh God, or vice versa type thing. But Kim, what do you want in a man?
I first and foremost need a healed man, period. Just absolutely. I'm not saying 100% healed. I'm saying 100% aware, healed, and of course, evolving in his healed nature. Just bottom line. But I would love, it would be great if I could attract a gentleman, a revolutionary, a businessman, like all rolled up in one. And I really truly am looking to their character and their integrity. And other than that, honestly, and I'm not being funny, but we absolutely 100% have to be compatible sexually. What I'm working with and my appetite, there's not going to be room for a slack for me. And so if we not on the same page, it's funny you said that because in my head I was laughing my ass off like, oh, I'm about to say something about this because it's not even up for like a negotiation as far as I'm concerned. Like if you come to me and be like, listen, it don't always work. I mean, like, well, we not gonna work at all. Like that's just where I'm at.
But
People
what
can
if
do
you
what they
had
want.
what if you just took a blue pill?
Well, if the blue pill worked, that'd be. I mean, I guess that'd be okay as long as you know what. No, I'm not. No, you know what? I'm gonna take that back completely. I'm gonna say that because I'm gonna say this. I'm holistic, so
Okay.
I would never encourage the man that I'm with to take a pill for anything.
Yeah.
If there was something herbally, or we could talk about the emotions behind, but the fact, or if there was a problem or whatever. No, you know what? No, no. We
Okay.
just need to start out compatible and know that we're gonna stay compatible, and that evolution is across the board for both of us, mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, spiritually, that we have to be on the same page that we are going to evolve, because there's no way that I'm sitting still or devolving again. Like it's not going to happen. So we have to both understand that there are going to be changes within ourselves. But again, if your integrity is at 100% and your character is what it is, those type of that type of evolution in the other person shouldn't be, you're not shouldn't hopefully affect the relationship moving forward if y'all are balanced and harmonized. You know what I mean?
I don't know what blaze means, but you can't get sex like that if you're single.
You
I don't-
can. It's everywhere.
Baby, I get whatever I want. I'm single as fuck.
And as women,
I
we're
have
not.
time to go eat. I do everything as much as I want. Sex when I don't want it, do want it, can't want it, shouldn't do it. I mean, who don't get good, man? It's
Queen,
not
what did you say?
sex.
I don't even want to say it because, like,
This is savage. Say it.
it's just, I don't know. It's a bit much. This whole
Single
thing.
women
because-
do. You can get sex like that if you. Oh, you can get sex.
Oh,
like
if
that
you're
if
only
single.
single.
Yeah, you
can't
can.
get it
You
when
can
you're
get a lot of
married.
headaches too. And a lot of somebody that now that y'all have had a lot of sex doesn't want to take you seriously relationship wise because y'all didn't work on anything else. You can get a lot of stuff when you're single. Sexual compatibility is extremely important. It's like 100% important, but sexual compatibility is not just about the sex itself. It's about how do you act after we have sex.
Yeah,
If
the
I'm sleepy
intimacy.
and I don't want to talk, are you going to be mad at me if I pass out afterwards?
It's the pass out that's the
Yeah,
best sex. That's what it is.
yeah,
Pass out.
facts. Or if I wake up in an hour and I want some more, are you going to be too tired? Like that's important too, because my
Yeah.
sex drive has always been really high.
Mhm.
It's just really high.
Agreed.
I
Shauna.
agree that sex is a big deal. You
Yeah.
have to have good sexual chemistry. And I also believe that it really does matter that's another chemistry thing, because I know of people who have slept with the same person and had two different reviews, one didn't work out well, and the other one they were like it was probably the best I've ever had, because one was sexually compatible and the other one wasn't. So that's a big.
Blazer.
Yeah,
Let me
you get them.
address Blazer.
I
Go
can't
ahead.
see the chat unless they pop up.
It's not accurate. It's so
So,
inaccurate.
so Blazer said, I said that I like a lot of sex no matter what. If I use that exact verbiage, I absolutely digress off that if I said it that way. But I like a lot of sensuality all the time. All the time. And that may not happen in your relationships, but where I am and what I'm doing and what I'm manifesting and what I'm creating don't look like that. It looks like it happens all the time in my relationship, as much as either one of us want it, because that's what I'm creating.
Yeah.
The reason that most people are in the situation that they're in, because they literally go into the relationship thinking at 7 years there's going to be a problem. After 3 years, the sex is going to die. After they have kids, it's going to get even worse. And they push that shit, right?
You're setting yourself up for failure.
Setting yourself up. I'm not going in like that, baby. I'm going in, baby.
We gonna be bumping uglies when we 90. What you talking about?
So be careful, but we bumping.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So Queen, you have a fan, because Drunk said he didn't know you had another show.
Oh,
he would have been here earlier.
Appreciate it. Good to see you. Blazer said that's lies. It's not like, listen, if you haven't had sex, this is where a lot of people mess up. The whole basis of the relationship is based on the sexual compatibility. There's no balance in any other way. So y'all always doing it and not perfecting anything else. But in that relationship, you have sex whenever you want. You're on your lunch break in the parking lot with your boo. And I'm not necessarily speaking for myself, but I'm just saying it's possible in your relationship.
Drunk had an ex that wanted to schedule sex.
I ain't scheduling shit. I'm not scheduling shit. We could be at a restaurant. I don't give a damn. Beach. I don't care where we at. We find it a spot, baby. If that's what we doing, I'm not scheduled. Drunk said that they broke up. I would have broke up too. You had schedule shit. No.
But when there's kids in the house, you kind of have to not
sneak upstairs.
Yeah, you have
baby in the bathroom on the counter, baby. There's plenty of places. I mean, any place a door locked and the music can be loud or you can be quiet.
I mean, I'm not talking about I'm serving dinner at the table and you trying to bend me over at the table while I'm putting the plates in front of the kids. Like, it has to make sense. Like,
right.
Come on. Make it make sense. Yeah.
Said it
built up
sexual tension. You mean
so she was fucking somebody else, basically. That's what it sounded like. I don't know.
She was her lips.
Yeah, she had a 2-day. She had a 48-hour rule, like we all do. That's what it was.
She had to let that thing cycle out. Yeah. Respectfully.
We might be wrong, but probably not.
I can speak for myself that I am currently single, but what does that have to do with I'm not talking about telling somebody about a relationship. I'm just curious. But
like, we're all mamas. Like, we've been in relationships in the past. We know from experience, if nothing else, how that goes.
I know sex is a big deal. When sex stops, shit gets weird.
Yeah,
exactly.
And like I've said before, I'm telling you things I know based on what I did not receive previously in relationships where I was broken and pain. So I'm speaking from, I definitely know what moving forward, who I am and what needs I have. So regardless of the fact that I am currently single, and that's because I'm patiently awaiting my knight in shining armor, as you already know. I definitely am in a place where I know exactly what I am not going to be able to be tolerant of in a relationship or be accepting of, and what doesn't balance in a person. So
balance is very
I
important.
want a husband. That's what I want from a man. There's a lot of layers to that, sure, but at this juncture in my life, I'm not interested in being a girlfriend or a lady friend or anything along those lines. But that's also not something that you rush. Blazer, I've never had a relationship where my partner had a higher sex drive than me. I know, I understand, but that's just how I'm wired. And so looking forward to that, like you said, that knight in shining armor that I can swing from the chandeliers with. That would be very welcome.
But how much of a freak are you guys?
Ooh, I'm gonna step back. Y'all go ahead and.
I don't know.
My mama's watching. Oh.
I know. You know what I'm saying? I think I might have broke some laws in some states. Can I plead the fifth?
Yes.
Maybe that they have a higher sex drive because they like other stuff. That's why it has to be evenly yoked, I guess.
Exactly. Exactly.
First of all, two things. Number one, I wouldn't be with a person that had a higher sex drive than me. It doesn't even make any sense. I would have to do something that I'm not capable of doing to keep that person happy, and I'm not in the business of that. That's not my business or my plan. And Silky, you already know, you've been on my show and this show enough to know, hell yeah, I believe in a fairy tale. And I'm not talking about the white fairy tales that we were told. I'm talking about my own personal fairy tale, again, that I'm creating, that I'm manifesting.
Right.
Literally what I am manifesting for myself. That's what I said about what man?
Who's
the fairy tale part? Yeah, I said fairy tale. Yeah, my fairy tale. Absolutely. My perfect man. That's perfect for me.
Drunk is a freak but doesn't like public affection. Oh no.
How do you not like public affection?
Yeah, because like if we about to do it in the elevator, we gonna have to be affectionate in public for that to even happen. Like, how do you start that? Like, where does that begin?
You gotta touch something.
Yes. Do you have a high sex drive, but then you get mad about something and withhold it from your partner? It depends on what I'm mad about. Did my partner steal my car? Did he take my money? Right. Or did he just irritate me? And now we doing it and I'm not mad anymore. Like, there's levels to that, I think.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah, I'm not in agreement with withholding sex under any circumstances. If I'm in a relationship where I feel that I need to withhold sex from someone that I feel like I'm out. Like, I don't even want to be in that position with someone. What behavior am I accepting or tolerating at that point that I feel like he needs to be punished for something that he's doing or not doing? I don't even want to be engaged in that type of energy.
Okay, but what if he punishes you? Are you out because he punished you?
Like who? Baby, I'm 52 years old. Punishment better. If we ain't in bed butt naked, we ain't punishing shit. Yeah, I'm not a child. You gonna punish me? Yes, I'm definitely out. You gonna talk to me about punishment? Like, I'm a child and I don't have daddy issues. I've resolved all of my daddy issues. I don't need a daddy. I'm not calling you daddy. I'm not gonna be your no. I'm not gonna be your mama. I'm not calling you racial slurs. We're not doing that kind of stuff. Like, we not anything that looks like that. We're not doing it. Like, I'm not degrading, and no.
Blaze said we sound mad selfish.
Yeah.
How are we mad selfish? The car is not public to me.
He said if a man does it, if a man withholds it, then the relationship is over. Now, from personal experience, that's not true. Like, I don't own your penis. It's yours, right?
Right.
I don't know what's going on with you. You could have had a bad day at work.
Sounds selfish. I need
And
Glazer to elaborate how we sound selfish. And I'm dead ass serious. I'm not being funny. I need you to elaborate who is y'all. So all four of us do, which means we have all stood in agreement about one thing. I need to know what that one thing was, and I need to know how that makes us selfish. And I'm being serious. Terms are always
terms
different,
are
y'all. Who is
always across the board. No in between, no nothing. Terms are always different. Really? Like always? Like every time?
what's going on, Steven?
Hey, Steven.
Him for not withholding. There's no tit for tat.
Good
There
morning.
should not be any punishment from no side. We shouldn't be doing that.
But withholding is not always punishment, though. Like I said, I mean, what if his grandmother died and he's just not feeling sexual? That's okay. I agree with Kim where she says that sensuality should still be there,
Right.
intimacy should still be there, but he might not be functioning at that moment. I can't get upset about that.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, certain things are absolutely understandable by all means. But I mean, in the realm of things like out of an anger or a punishing thing, like you didn't, and of course this is superficial, but I'm saying you didn't take the trash out for 2 weeks and I took the trash out, so you ain't getting fucked for another 2 weeks because you're gonna learn your lesson a day. No, I'm not. Really specifically, out of anger or frustration or out of that I am actually punishing him for his.
I mean, he's not my son.
Right.
And I'm not his daughter. We're two adults and we can have a conversation about it.
Agreed. A drunk thinks that we don't sound selfish.
He just thinks we want what we want. I mean, we do want what we want.
Don't be simping.
I think all of us want what we want, but we just set expectations on the people that we meet. It's like we meet people now and automatically assume they're the one for us, and then we have all these expectations that they need to be or do or whatever. You know what I mean? And then,
Shauna, do you agree?
That we set expectations on people when we meet them? Can't really disagree because I will tell you when I go out on dates, I expect that I'm probably not going to be interested by the end of it. So I guess I put that expectation. It wasn't going to change my mind, right? But a lot of times I went on a date the other day and I don't know, he said some weird shit and I was just like, yeah, I'm never going to see this guy again.
Okay, so he said something weird. So something that you didn't agree with, that you didn't want.
Yeah, I think just. Oh, and you know what else? So I smoke, and if I have the opportunity to do like a first meetup, right?
Okay.
With a smoke session, I will do that. I don't like doing dinner when I first meet you because I'm stuck at dinner, and I am not stuck smoking, and so it's easier to meet people like that. He got a phone call and then had to go, and it was weird. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And then, also the Portuguese feast was out over here. And I said I was going and he told me he might run into me there. I was like, oh, you're also going? He goes, well, now I might. I didn't invite you. Please do not show up. So yeah.
Okay.
Also, if somebody uses like a lot of the wrong the form of your or their as they text me, that really annoys me too. I won't really continue. So I do, yeah. I set some expectations that, I have made like exceptions, right? Because those are preferences. But my ex-boyfriend, he spoke 4 languages and English wasn't his first language. Okay. So sometimes he would use like the wrong form of their or your, but I was far more understanding in that situation because actually he's smarter than me because I only speak this one. Right, but anybody who just speaks only English and uses the wrong forms, I can't talk to them anymore.
Okay. You're not going to take a second to educate them, like just to make them aware of the.
I do sometimes, but sometimes I know that comes off as just being rude.
Obnoxious, even.
Right, like I'm not trying to be rude.
How do you not know the there, and there, and the two, and two, and two? Come on. At 40,
like, it is when they do the crazy things where like I went too, right? Like just like something, but they spell it TWO. It's like I could maybe like let you pass on the missing a second O, but to like use the completely wrong form is just.
So you want a man that can spell?
I want a man who can spell. Yep,
Someone
because if you're gonna be
intelligent.
writing me
Yeah.
nice text messages, I'm too sarcastic to have you be making all these misspellings. If somebody sends me a whole paragraph of like an argument, which doesn't happen often, but my children's father can get on my nerves. He'll send me a whole paragraph. If he spells one word wrong, that's the response he gets. I'm not playing this game. I just put an asterisk next to the word he spelled wrong. And that's how I end the argument. I'm not responding to this.
Did you see
Steve was
that?
hilarious in the
You
chat.
see
talking
Steve?
about
Yeah.
that. Y'all got jokes and drunk talking about you could have got shot 4 times if you tell your girl you're not in the mood. She's taking it personal. Really? She might though, but really?
I've done that before.
I love how y'all use words like y'all. I love how Blazer says y'all,
Right.
and I love how you say double standard always. Like, I mean, those are such big words. Do you even understand? Like, that's just, yeah. But let me say this to Shauna. I have ran across a couple of guys fucking sucked on text. I mean, sucked. And I was like, ain't no fucking way. I'm like that too. Like, you got to have some kind of correct language when you talking to me or whatever, right? And I get on the phone with these cats and they're like fucking brilliant and great conversationalists. And I'll tell them, I'll say, you know, you fucking suck at texting. Like, you almost like couldn't even get to the conversation because you suck so bad at text messages. And they usually know they do. They're like, you know what? Because I do a lot of talk to text. Yeah, and I do a lot of talk to text. Well, mostly they say they got fat fingers. We don't know what that means, but whatever. Okay, boo, you got fat fingers. Okay, because nobody has swipe and nobody has talk to text either. So I'm a talk to texter, and I move fast. So
Blaze's country. That's why he says y'all.
Oh, that's the y'all. Oh, it's not like y'all, you all women, all of you women. No. Oh, okay.
Or at least that's what he's saying right now.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about y'all as in a country.
I'm not buying it.
I'm not either, but that's what he said.
Even when they say it in the country way, aren't they still talking about the group of people they're talking to?
Can I just say that this shit right here is shit we're talking about right now? This shit right here, Blazer, that you're doing, this is what you're not gonna get far past a text message with a lot of women if you're doing this. I'll text a female back mad slow on purpose to keep the conversation up.
Luckily, she's busy and she wasn't
manipulative. Okay,
she was busy. Anyway. She was working on something. By the time you texted her back is when she picked up her phone again.
Yeah, and listen, Blazer, baby,
y'all suck.
So
then don't.
I mean, and what if we didn't? It'd be a problem for y'all, men.
Yeah.
So what?
Y'all want the suck and the swallow, right?
Suck it. Yup, suck is important.
Yeah. I'm not.
Boy, I tell you,
you're not doing that, Kim.
I'm not.
Never.
I have never.
Oh, so what do you do with it? You just let it.
What you mean? What you mean? What
Edge
I do?
Control. Edge control.
Hit air every time, baby. I'm a fucking professional when it comes to that shit. No, we not even taking in
See,
slob.
Queen
No,
said edge control. You just put it on the edges and lay them down.
Like on them disrespectful edges. I don't know. That's what I heard.
You better leave us alone. What you mean, Silky?
Wait, I'm sorry. I feel like I might have missed the part. Because
what happened?
So you said Kim, you said you don't swallow it.
No, I don't even let it in my mouth. No, we're not doing that.
You don't even let it in your mouth. Okay. And then Sana, the angel face. Don't put the angel face on now. It's too late. Did you say you'd use it to fix your disrespectful?
No, listen. Nothing lays my edges down. But what I heard was
what I heard from somebody else.
It's good for the edges. It's like full of protein, and that it helps
good for your skin too.
I don't know if it's true or not, but
I actually have heard it's good for your skin.
Yeah,
like if you have the acne,
sources have said.
No, and semen is actually really good
in
general. Like it helps you sleep better. It helps with depression if you're taking it vaginally, I should say. So I would assume that taking it orally
could have some
equivalent. It could have some, but I'm still not doing it orally.
Help cleanse you out a little, like a detox, if you will.
Yeah, they've actually proven that it helps with depression in women.
I mean, not if he has a diet of hot Cheetos and 40s, though, right? Like, Right? If his diet is hot Cheetos and 40s, you might have a different type of problem.
Oh, yeah, it might be a problem.
I'm just
Steven
saying.
said you should use it as lotion, Kim.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
Not interested.
It feels like
Didn't hear it's
aloe
good for your
vera.
skin,
No,
though.
you can't put aloe vera on your body and go somewhere you're like sticky and no, it's not a good
That's
idea.
true. That's
I
true.
had a woman rub.
I can't see the comment.
Sir.
Sorry for real.
Sir.
Okay, thank you, Silky. We appreciate you, boo.
That is funny.
Thanks for sharing.
I know some women who've done that. I do.
Yeah, all over the face.
I know
I mean,
some women who've done
I
that.
have never seen a porno, but yeah, I heard it's pretty popular as well too. So
Yeah.
You've never
And
watched
Jill Scott, didn't Jill Scott like mimic that in one of her shows?
Yes, she did. She did.
She took it to the face.
Mhm.
And then rubbed
I mean,
it.
every once in a while you should.
but I mean,
Not for Kim. Not for Kim. Not for Kim.
no,
Not
no,
for
yeah,
Kim,
well, no,
right.
yeah, no. I mean, I have no
So
problem.
Kim, what if
It's
this
not-
man comes along and it's everything you want, and then he wants you to take it to the face?
if he's my person, I'm doing whatever the fuck he want me to do. Period.
Okay.
End of conversation. Because
Okay.
my perfect person ain't gonna ask me to do nothing I wouldn't do. But so here's what happened. What had happened was I had got to a point where I realized, that I may or may not have an oral obsession, and then I realized that it wasn't, and so I started understanding from the men that there was a problem with me not actually swallowing. I didn't know. Again, I don't watch pornos. I'm not saying I'm completely ignorant or naive by any means. Like, I get it, but I didn't have the thought. I wasn't interested in it. I didn't realize that so many fucking women did it, first of all.
Nah, I'm gonna be
wasn't
mad as
aware.
well if you wipe me off your face. Like,
And
I'm gonna have problems with that.
Yeah, like I don't care about it being on my face. I'm just not swallowing it. Like, I understand that I procreated and that our DNA, you know what I'm saying? I get that. But your cells recreate themselves by what you intake into your body. You know what I'm saying? That's different than procreation for me. So since I've waited this long and since it hasn't happened, I feel like that's just a form of worship to the person that's intended for me. It's just another form of worship. Like, I'm going to take something and do something with and for him that I have never, ever done for another man. And so now I'm just kind of saving it for that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's sacred. So you're saying it's a sacred thing, not just any old body can't get swallowed, but when he does, he's not going anywhere.
We dying together. Oh yeah, we dying together. We like the Notebook.
All right.
We like the Notebook.
Saving the soul sucker. I feel you. I believe in mutual FaceTime, but I will not withhold just because you may not necessarily be in the mood.
Queen, did you just say she's saving her soul sucker? Is that what
she's saving? She has preserved the soul sucker for the one who is intended for her, and that resonates with my soul.
I love that. Actually, I'm
in a relationship where I was like I was freely, pleasing my man in that way. However, that doesn't necessarily guarantee that a relationship is going to go in the direction you may want it to go. So, like Kim said before, sometimes you just have to, pull back a little bit and just go on and let them go about their business and hold on to what you're holding on to. Because, it's not for everybody. And if it is for everybody, then, she's for the streets. And, she's just out here doing whatever and nobody's taking her seriously anyway. So I applaud you, Kim, for holding on to your soul sucker and saving it for, right? Like Gok 5,000 for when it's appropriate. Yes. Yeah. Everybody can't get the Gok, which they just can't.
Drunk doesn't like bouncing in the bedroom.
You should get a prostitute.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I wanted to see what he was going to respond before we ended tonight.
That is why I'm single, because I'm not.
Blazer, I think, is bitter. Something happened to him
yesterday, because I don't remember him being this bitter before.
He's just
Like, who hurt you this week, baby? What I
It
mean,
must have been me. I must have done. What's your real name? Because did I upset you? Like,
Yeah,
no, it's
maybe.
not. I understand that a lot of times men are not interested in women who have to be cautious about who they give themselves to. But the fact of the matter is, in the wake of that whole "you chose him" conversation, a lot of women have to be cautious about who they give themselves to. It just is what it is, and so sometimes that just means it's not that particular person, but the next dude, is living in your throat. So
That's
it
good.
is what it is.
Mhm.
yeah,
It is what it is.
yeah. There are just certain things you shouldn't,
It's not for everybody.
it's not right, and everybody ain't for that either. It's not for everybody, and everybody ain't for, vice versa. Like it's both. Like everybody, and you can pick and choose or whatever. Women always shame an honest dude. Just shows who you are.
What
And
you mean by that?
Blazer, um, I have never shamed a man for being honest, and I'm being honest, not as a healed woman, maybe back in the day, and maybe and it sounds like I'm just saying I'm not a therapist. I don't have any initials after my name, um, and I have my birth name still, so y'all can talk about that in the comments too. However, I've never taken another man's name either. So, with all that being said, the last thing I would ever do is judge a person for being honest to me. Now, that doesn't mean that I will choose him after his honesty. It just means I'm not judging him for it.
I
Who
think he
said
was
that?
saying that because we're calling him bitter.
I didn't call him bitter.
I called him bitter.
Oh. But he said y'all, like everybody was saying it. I didn't say that.
Yeah, he
I know
doesn't
I didn't
understand what
say
y'all means.
that. Y'all
Shauna,
refers to
Shauna, tell
everybody
him
in the
what y'all
group.
means.
I didn't say y'all.
You all.
I think she was
Spot on.
saying you're projecting bitterness tonight. Like, we
You're-
don't think
you're
you are
exuding.
bitter, but you are projecting bitterness a little bit in the comments.
I think I would want to know your backstory, Blazer. Like it sounds like you've been through some things, and I'd be
Yeah.
interested in knowing what that looked like for you. Like I know
Mhm.
you had mentioned a
Still,
little bit earlier in the chat. But maybe it wasn't a good match. No, I don't believe that you're bitter. I believe that for one, for example, if your woman just started her period and her boundary may be, well, babe, I'm having cramps. I can only do anal tonight. That's still setting a boundary, right? It's not
Agreed.
necessarily that she's withholding. She's just saying, well, this particular thing is not going to work right now. So you're turned off for that, or you're just going to come get that anal. Like, I don't understand. I'm confused.
Drunk thinks that all of his comments he has feisty responses. You guys were feisty.
I don't know. I don't know how many times Drunk has been here. I know Blazer's been here a lot. And so
Y'all treating me like I'm Blaze.
Blazer should kind of have an idea about how we are. But I mean, I don't think any of us are being or projecting. And I think we're all speaking our truth very peacefully and calmly. And us disagreeing with you is not an attack. We're just merely disagreeing with a comment. If we don't have to believe the same things that you guys believe, we don't have to agree with everything that comes across the board. We're here so that we can publicly announce our perspective as these four individual women on certain things. We're not attacking anyone in the comments. We're merely just, again, this is entertainment. We're here to have a conversation, to have open dialogue. I don't know about everybody else on here. I can speak for a couple, but I'm just kind of feisty by nature. Like I'm just
Right.
spicy and feisty and fiery, and but I feel like that I'm respectful, and if I'm not, I mean, if your perception of me is not my responsibility, but because we're in close quarters and we have a lot of people that come here often, if you feel in some type of way and you feeling like I'm disrespecting you, then you need to openly announce that and say that, not with the y'all and like, what do you really feel, what's really going on, and maybe you're taking, your perception is skewed of what I'm saying. But Blazer isn't normally, or maybe he is, I don't know.
Now he's messing with you.
Yeah.
So
He said I
y'all.
must have been through something for my opinion. Y'all bugging. Okay, that's not. See, Blazer, I'm sorry. Did someone say that? Because we're not saying it because of your opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not going to speak for K Boogie. I would say we're not saying the things we're saying because of the opinion that you have. We're saying, and it seems like more than just me and K Boogie, also, we're not the only one. We're saying to us, it looks as if you have some brokenness and that you've been through some things. And
Kim, I think we should just let Blazer just say what he
Blazer needs to come to his own
y'all.
conclusions because he's not understanding that usually when you say something, it's just it's coming from what you've seen from your own perspective. So if your perspective is women would be out if you withhold, if your perspective is women just want to be lied to, if your perspective is that's why y'all are single, that's your point of view, that's your perspective. So it's based on, I'm saying, what you've been through, what you experienced, what you've seen. You're not just pulling it out
Hence
of the air.
The name of the show, Ladies Perspective.
Has your mouth been through something you haven't swallowed yet? She literally just said that's sacred for her. She just said it's sacred for her. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a difference between a male or female perspective. But if you understand that y'all men typically, a lot of people refer to women as the keyhole, right? So if we're the keyhole and she decides that she wants to protect that and not let everybody bust a nut in her mouth, that's definitely her prerogative. Doesn't really have to be something.
Well said. Well said.
Like, what do you mean? That sounds a little bit entitled. I'm not assuming that it is, but it's just kind of coming off that way a little bit. Not necessarily savage, just really entitled and a little rapey. I don't know.
Y'all so sensitive. This is savage and it is. And let me say this. I just did a TikTok about this too the other day. A couple of things, and I don't think that people understand. If you must know, I know you're having. You can say you're having fun, but in the scheme of things, let me say this: my mouth has been through something that I won't even repeat on here repeatedly in childhood and adulthood. So to even say anything like that in fun, you have to be aware of what you're saying and who you're saying it to. But that's not why I chose, what I chose and why I do what I do. It's not about what I've been through. It's about what I have to give, which is healed love, period. And it's about me being able to worship the last man that I intend to be with for this lifetime that I'm living currently. That's all it's about. It isn't about my past. It isn't about my brokenness. It isn't about my trauma. It's really, truly about me being able to completely submit emotionally, mentally, physically to a man who is worthy, who that I can then worship and allow him to know those things about himself.
We definitely like the transparency with that. Did you guys see the last comment from Drunk? Because we're going to end it with him. Did you saw that?
I think the word I'm stuck on is refused, because it's like, is this about refusal or, just.
I think they got stuck on that part.
Yeah, because nobody, it's not refusal, I don't think. Well, no, if he refused, then no, because we don't have a fully openly sexual relationship if he's refusing. But if he doesn't feel like doing that right then, he just doesn't feel like doing that right then. And I know he'll do it later. And he might wake me up with it, and that's fine. It's 100%.
That works out.
I mean, like, refuse, like,
yeah, like,
didn't do it. Like, if they don't do it, then
that's not the man for me.
I wouldn't stay with them.
I wouldn't do that.
That's not the man for me.
Like,
I like the mutual FaceTime. That works.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and that's something that I want, right? Mm-hmm. Not every girl, even I know girls that actually don't like it. That's cool to go date that girl. That makes more sense for you. You don't do it, she don't like it. That sounds like a match. That's not
exactly.
Like, do you want to be with a woman that doesn't give head? Like, refuses to, like, I felt like that was a self.
I think that's the original FaceTime. I like that better. Yeah, the original FaceTime.
Yes.
But ladies, we are going to end this evening. I appreciate you both. I mean, all four of us in our dialogue. I know the
Yeah.
men love when we talk because they get a little insight to our perspective.
And a little sensitive.
A little bit. It was fun. I enjoyed it, fellas. I did. I enjoyed
Yeah,
chatting
it's a
with you
great talk. Great
ladies.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great show.
All right, till next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Later.